Welcome back to the final match of the night here. One Move taking on Virtus.pro, and it's all tied up as we head ourselves into Game 3. And Trent, Game 2, the Huskar counterpick against the Ember just didn't work out for them.
Counterpick was countered. I feel like I'm nice and warmed up now, too, you know? I'm really happy that they took us to a Game 3. I think the teams just need a little bit more time to show us their best Dota.
Warm up a bit.
And yeah. And, you know, we said it's been all 2-0s or 0-2 for Virtus.pro in their 2 series so far. And One Move consistently, it's 2-1 or 1-2 for them. So the streak continues of the guaranteed Game 3s. They just really like playing Dota. That's what it is.
Yeah, get your reps in.
Yep.
Just keep on training and practicing.
Yep. Up a game, pick Huskar. Don't win with Huskar. You know, this is how you get things good.
Yeah,
You learn.
I mean, by all means, we should be heading to a Game 3 no matter which way we look at it, right? Like, Game 1 should have been VPs. Game 2 probably should have been 1 moves. We've had some reversals happening in these matches, especially once the laning phase breakdowns happen. It seems to feel like the team that wins the lanes is losing the game in the end.
Yes, it would seem the key is to not put pressure on yourself to actually advance the map. That seems to be what is the downfall of these teams. Whoever feels like they should be pressuring and forcing moves out of their opponent seems to be unsuccessful at that between these two teams. I don't know if they're just so good at reading each other that defense is the best offense, but at this point, maybe pick a chill strat.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you played any kind of tactical games like Hearts of Iron or Stellaris or anything like that?
It's always easier on the defense. Dude, that applies to every game.
Yeah, that's true. It just feels like one of those things where you're trying to break through the aggressive line, and you're like, okay, I'll get this wrap around, I'll encircle the opponents, try and find that way through, and then all of a sudden your encircle becomes an enemy encircle, and that one squad you've sent, your Huskar, and trying to farm his BKB, gets surrounded by 5 heroes, gets glimpsed around. I think that disruptor definitely paying off big time again for an Eastern European team.
There it is. There's the connection.
Yeah.
Well, these two are back in their first bans. Ench and DP. I mean, DP, I guess, not too surprising. She's showing up in quite a few places these days. But the Ench, mad respect still being given out here.
Yeah, banned in every game. Nature's Prophet also gaining a bit of respect as well. Don't allow Courage to have that one. So again, it leaves heroes like Slark in the pool, which he's been very adept with. Of course, looking towards that first pick to see what we get. Is Broodmother going to be left in again? Do we get
surely not
Undying Primal Beast once more?
Just ban it. I don't want a Brood game for Game 3. Come on now. Afterlife was very... Like, his lane was bad. Oh, they're giving it up! Oh.
I was going to say, like, the last 10 games, One Move have played, like, 6 or 7 Pango games, because Einkrad is a Pango player, right?
It's his clutch hero, for sure.
This kind of makes sense going into Game 3. You don't let him have it, but... Broodmother.
All right. What do you got for me? Naga. All right, give me a Naga +1. Just give me a Naga game, Kiritich. All right, you're popping off last game. You're feeling it. I can, that was just a warm-up with a little treants. Now give me the illusion. Disruptor, Naga. Oh, you're right. You said Slark Game 1. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. And Disruptor makes sense as well. FNG feeling comfy on the old Disruptor. Okay. And Slark is a hero that we've seen be used against Broodmother in a fair few cases, and it's a Kiritich hero.
All right, now here's a question. Is Bloodseeker still an auto ban versus Slark? It feels like he's not. But if he was, what's the harm in just picking it now? Like, honestly. I mean, they're going to take Undying. I get it. Because, like, if you don't take the Undying here, they're going to take it. Well, maybe they won't. They probably won't do position 4 Disruptor, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you have no idea what you're laning against. Because that's VP's safe lane. Yeah. And picking Bloodseeker there means you've opened double unflexible cores, but not knowing the lane matchups.
That's what I mean, though. Like, doesn't it matter enough? I feel like people don't ban it. I feel like back in the day, it didn't matter. I feel like people considered Bloodseeker so brutal that it would actually be fine, but maybe the matchup's just not as bad now.
Yeah, I think with the addition to Depth Shroud, you get an additional, 3 seconds of...
Oh, that's huge. That's a big hiding reason, I think. Yeah.
Against Rupture, yeah.
That's pretty good. And just, like, general survivability. Like, you're not as reliant on your whole, like, slipping away and stuff because of the Depth Shroud. God, I hate that. That shard is so good, actually.
It's very powerful.
Well,
So what are we scared of?
It's the first ban. I don't. Maybe there's some credence to this, guys. I don't know.
I mean, it's still really annoying, right? Like, yeah, Slark just can't heal up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. If they lose, now we have something to blame. That's all that matters, right?
Not picking Bloodseeker first phase with your brood.
You know what's interesting is that statistically, Bloodseeker doesn't even show up in the like the top counters in just like raw pub data, which obviously is very different than pros. And I'm not saying it's always perfect, but it is usually pointing to a lot of correlations. But he's not considered, like, at least this week. All time he has been, but lately he has not been countering him as hard, which is really interesting. Okay. Why is that? So all time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 7th worst with 85,000 matches played. So that's just this month. He's 85,000 matches played in pubs, and Bloodseeker was the 7th worst matchup. But this week he doesn't even show in the top 10. Oh, yeah, that's very curious. Weird.
Yeah, because I was wondering, like, my point about lane matchups is I feel like if Bloodseeker's against like a double range lane or something.
Sorry, he's 11th. So that's maybe that's why. It's just the numbers are a little off this month. That's
okay.
All.
Seconds remaining.
Just went down a little bit.
That's actually really funny. He's just 11th place. The worst is Disruptor, actually. Disruptor is apparently the worst hero for Slark to play against, which makes sense with how he wants to play. Yeah.
That's just that kind of AoE spill damage and control, right? Slark can't slip away from it.
But instead, they're friends here, guys. Same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of long-range stuff there as well, like Ag's Pounce plus Glimpse. You've got like 5,000 initiation range, basically.
Hey, well, 4,800. All right, we got removing some distance remaining. Here.
I'm sorry.
Batch. Yeah. Another Storm ban, this time even earlier. Keep it out of the hands of these two teams.
Mirana.
Okay, the Mirana. Good versus the Undying in different ways, similar to the Snap.
Yeah, why not Snap?
Snap, I would say, is better versus... Well, Snap is better at killing Broodmother, but Mirana is better at dealing with spiders.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, is she? I feel in my head she is, but actually I don't know if your Starfall... Like, at one point you're going to have enough Starfall to deal with spiders.
I don't know. Like with Cookie Shard, I think Snap's probably better, but I'm not sure.
It instantly says to me they want a mid that pairs up well, so I'm immediately thinking Ember or OD.
Oh yeah, that's where it's going. So they grab the Snap now.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of that again, just decent kind of AoE spill damage, uncontrollable damage against the Slark. The Snap Brood lane worked out pretty well. Then in game 1, right? They had the same thing, Brood Snapfire as their off lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had...
but they had to fight against the Undying, which is now... obviously, that was a major problem for Afterlife, because his laning was pretty poor because of it.
So we need our mid for Aincrad, and we need our Monkushi hero. Did we still just go for a Timbersaw again? Oh, hello. What's happening here? That's a Gilga Tiny, isn't it? So Snap mid. Shift things around a little bit, and VP go for the Ember Spirit.
Mirana Ember. I mean, it's good. It's a nice, solid combo for a good reason. Easy setup for Arrow. Great in the mid game. They both have similar objectives in terms of where they want to be on the map. And Moonlight Shadow, of course, can just catch people off guard and give you a little bit of space.
And another one of these lineups that's not global by definition, but is as close to it as you can get, right?
Yeah.
With Moonlight leaps, remnants, pounces, glimpses, so many ways to displace opponents, but also move yourself a little closer to targets. So finding a Brood or Tiny playing trees becomes a lot easier.
I'm curious what their position 3 hero will be.
Pros turn to ban.
What's he laning against? Laning against Undying +1?
Yeah. That makes it a bit tough. But you're laned with a Mirana, so you can definitely pick a melee hero. But then again, you're also playing into Undying, which is annoying. So yeah, Timber's a solid ban.
They could just like pick Centaur or something here as well. Just add into the memes, charge around everywhere.
Some tower building some building damage would be really nice. Because like Ember is like, whenever I see an Ember lineup, I immediately think, okay, who hits buildings? Because he sucks at hitting buildings. I also think the same thing with a Slark a lot of the time.
So I mean, is Lycan still out there? They could go Lycan, and later on they've got the Ags with Slark and Ember.
I do feel like Lycan Mirana is a dog lane though.
That is true.
Not just because he's a wolf, but you know. What about Mag?
10
Any
seconds
Mag offlane players still left in the world, but versus Brood
5
with
seconds
Mirana?
remaining.
Kind of playable with
Yeah.
Slark too. You're kind of hype and Disruptor. Oh,
And you're against an Undying who is always in your face, so he kind of offers the shockwave skewer to you, right?
dude! If Notice pulls out the Mag for the W, I'm a fan for life. I'll put him in my pool of players I talk about, like Old 11 and DY. You know, just apparently I'm just a big fan of China.
And Collapse.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's an okay Mag player.
Yeah, he's fine. I wasn't even talking about Mag players. I just mean good players.
Ah, okay. You don't mention Burning? What's wrong?
Well,
What's
I mean,
wrong?
like I said, good players. Come on now.
How did he was back for a bit, wasn't he? Was he doing closed qualifiers or something? Is he back?
Yeah, he's playing with a roster right now. All right. Notice last played Mag 2 months ago, according to my research here. They did lose. Unfortunate.
So if you're playing Mag Mirana, do you need to ban like the Munkushi Monkey King or Ursa or anything like that?
Yeah, probably. Of course, that's assuming we find ourselves with a Magnus. As hype as that would be.
Well, I feel like no matter what that hero is, it's going to be some kind of melee hero that dies to Ursa.
Yeah, Ursa does look pretty solid. Could they go the other way and go like ranges hero anyway? Like a Drow-esque hero? I know she's banned, but
Like Lena. Where's Lena, Trent?
whom? Sniper.
Oh yeah, okay. Sniper could be cool.
That guy still exists, right?
Against Ember Slark.
Ember Slark sounds terrible. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
no
sounds
sniper game, guys.
Spooky. Has the game lagged out, or are they just burning through all of their reserve time?
It would appear they are just burning through all their reserve time. They probably know what they want. They just really want to make sure they don't mess it up. I feel like Faceless Void would be a good ban.
I like that ban. That's a
Shadow
good ban.
Fiend? Okay, yeah, that could have been a little bit messy. I think Faceless Void looks pretty good, though, to be honest. I mean, the hero is not as I guess it only pairs well with the Snap, though. And the Tiny, if he's a core and gets Ags.
10
Ooh.
seconds remaining.
Mid Tiny, Faceless Void, Tiny goes Ags. Everyone
5
dies in
seconds
Chrono.
remaining.
Your brain has gone from underactive to overactive.
Pudge. I like how I just got disappointed with Pudge. Jeez, I'm the worst commentator ever. Pudge! I'm sorry, everybody. It's
Yay!
Pudge! Yay! Woohoo! Okay, good.
Strong. Powerful hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Could they Tide Hunter? That's another pretty solid hero with
5
Mirana
seconds remaining.
in lane. Makes me think that they don't have a whole lot to deal with it.
Tide Hunter.
You may now
Yeah,
select your
that's a good
heroes.
Tide game. I love Tide Hunter. He's one of the first heroes I really gravitated towards in Dota. I don't know what it is about this guy. His voice lines, you know, just feels good. I like it versus the Pudge because, like, what are they going to do to prevent him from blowing up their team fight with Ravage? They got nothing.
Yeah, and then the greatest strong point of Tide is the fact that he's just that body that sits in front of towers.
Yep.
So once Brood hits level 6, level 7, kicks the Slark out of lane, Tide just goes there. There's like a very simple lane swap 7 minutes in. Makes things kind of simple.
You know what would have stopped any sort of Ravage break up these fights, guys? Chronosphere. I'm just saying.
yeah,
I'm just saying. You know,
Faceless Void, yeah.
little Chronosphere out there. And
yeah.
Tiny, you know, gets an Aggro Scepter.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Bat Rider that game earlier versus the Timber Saw. You know?
Yeah.
I am available, guys. You guys want
Complexity
a little bit of
Trent.
advice? Yeah, that's right. Complexity Trent's coming out of retirement. All right. Upsides though. Pudge is awesome to watch. First off, they definitely are the ones who need to do things though, because I think if things just kind of stall out and we chill, I would much rather have Virtus.pro's heroes.
Yeah, like one move they can do stuff to defend their high ground with like blink tossbacks and hooks, but they are very much the jump, catch, kill lineup. Not very good at map pressure outside of like the Broodmother. I think there's a lot of answers there for them. But before we get ourselves started here for Game 3, we do have a quick little video from EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And away we go. 1-1 here in this best of 3. One move looking to try and secure their second series win out of 5 series so far played. VP looking to get this ball rolling. Early days for them in Tour 2 of the DPC, just their 3rd series so far. As we get ourselves past the midway point, pretty deep in Tour 2 already. Everyone looking towards the middle of the table, as it looks like Ankrat has accidentally a tree in the mid lane.
Perfect. Just what you want. I just noticed that Sayush's in-game name is Zero Cares, so that's pretty hype.
30 seconds.
Has he changed that recently? Like after, after game 2, he's like, okay, guys.
But he is the genuine Moonrift style, like the butterfly head, which I know is a really rare one. So he's a Mirana connoisseur here.
It's a gift from the number 2.
Ooh, that's exciting.
James Bond villain.
Market. It used to be so expensive before.
The battle begins.
Things have probably become a little cheaper now after the market crash of Dota 2 items. And I used to have a bunch
selling for the Steam sales, you know?
The Steam Deck came out and everyone's like, right.
Yeah.
So crash the market. Sell all of my TI2 couriers. And goodbye Drodo the Druffin and Luckbox the Lockjaw thingy.
Man, it's still $80 to get that headpiece. That's crazy.
Wow. Just for a mask.
Just for a mask.
I'm ecstatic.
It's not even legendary. It's a rare.
There's only 2 of them on... Oh,
Look at
someone
that.
sold theirs last month for $10. Come on, guys. Know the value.
That's a scam. Oh, pretty even odds. 2 to 1.7. Very close. Coming into game 3. Do you give either of these drafts the edge? Because we've seen both teams able to fight things out in the mid game.
Yeah, I think easy VP. That's what my draft brain says. I know I like their heroes. I think that their lane combos are very solid. I think everyone's gonna be off to a pretty good start. Everything just looks simpler from their end. I don't know what it is about Tide Mirana, but I always really like it.
It's just nonsense, right? Like you gush, you arrow, and that's a salve for the enemy team, and you've spent like 150 mana.
Yeah. Yeah, like guarantee the range creeps too with arrows, just like they're doing up top right now. It's always hard to bully out the Tide, and he's such a body that, like, you know what it is? It's because he's a melee hero, but he takes more space than a typical melee hero because of the threat of the anchor smash. So like, when you play as Mirana, you get to use the entire buffer of the AoE of anchor smash as a shield to just keep plinking people. And it's so annoying. Like, you can feel the mental tax that you're applying on the enemy every time that you just click them because you just have leaps. Like, what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna come hit me? Leap?
So Tidehunter is the ambulance, and Mirana is that one guy driving the car behind the ambulance to skip all the traffic.
That's right.
Just zooming around, the snowplow effect.
Yeah, and then she hits you with the arrow and she says, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
And that basically used to be my job at uni when we went to clubs. I was the guy that would do a conga line. I would push through the crowds and have like 3 people behind me holding drinks to make sure we didn't get knocked into.
I'm sure you were a very good Tide Hunter.
Yes.
You just repeat his lines as you went through the clubs.
I could eat a Jaeger bomb.
And now I know you're old.
Why?
Or Boom and Hardy or Jaeger bombs. Jaeger
Do they not exist anymore?
I don't know.
What?
I mean, if they were popular when we were in university, so I assume probably not.
Yeah.
Tombstone is dropped here, guys. They're on the notice.
I mean, Mankushi has missed 4 hooks that I've seen. I don't know if he's cast more than 4, but he's missed 4.
Conditioning. All right, that's all it is. It's so you won't think he'll hit the next hook.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. He's just CSing, okay?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he hasn't. He hit 2 dire creeps and it's a zombie and...
That's right. We didn't actually talk about that. That is a terrible combo. I've had this in my pubs before because I like undying. I mean, he's frustrating to play pubs because you don't have a stun, and it feels like if you don't have a stun, you're useless when you play Dota sometimes. But there's a pudge in every game, and when you pudge on your team, they do not like having undying. I'll tell you that much.
It's definitely not fun. He's still last hitting okay though. So it's not like a complete L for one move in that top lane. I think Tidehunter's maybe getting a bit more than you'd probably expect from him. These other lanes look pretty good as well for everybody involved. Squadix farming well mid. Tiny pretty close to him. And then down at bottom, Slark starting to eke out that little edge. But we know how Broodmother can recover. 4 minutes in, FNG already making a move to guard a water rune. So nothing for Einkrant to refill his bottle, and he's sat at 300 HP.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 3 armor under tower, you know? It's not looking great versus the constant slight spam. Up top, though, Sayush. Ooh, nice.
Kills the tombstone, salves up.
Oh, he hits these. Hit this arrow. Come on, come on. No gush into arrow?
No gush into arrow, no.
That looked like such free damage.
It did. Not sure what's going on there. Now he goes for it, noticed. Yeah, drops Mkushi to half. And Sayush going to get scouted by Pantomime now.
Who's cutting who here? I don't know. He's kind of low, you know?
Drops a Starstorm on him. FNG and Einkrad trading tips because the water runes have all gone. So this now allows Ember Spirit to take a pretty dramatic lead over the Tiny.
Oh, he's going to be hitting 6 way before Einkrad at this rate. Can they actually make a move based off of that, though?
I think they can go and kill the Brood.
Well, that is true. I mean, he's also at a level disadvantage right now. It's almost level 5. It's the exact same situation again for Afterlife, where he is like almost 2 full levels behind his opponent.
Well, Gilga has been sticking around, and FNG has been making all these moves, just leaving the slot alone in lane. Yeah, get Kiritich up to 6 as fast as possible. And so far, so good against the Broodmother. And now we approach 6 minutes. We, again, start to see these supports filter in towards mid. So Squadix, D-Wards in that mid lane. And they look for the runes. Jump onto the Disruptor, but Eclipse back means FNG chased down by the Tiny. Tombstone dropped onto Squadix as well, but he's got a haste rune to play with. Not going to be able to kill off the Ember Spirit there.
The rune of haste.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Kiritich here has been getting a lot of stacks over time versus Afterlife. Afterlife with 2 points this time in the Insatiable Hunger, trying to threaten the trades. And Kiritich is out of regen right now. So, yeah, needs a little bit of help.
That's FNG. Will always oblige. So Tread, Salve, Tangos, all the goodies. As we just saw top lane, Mkushi just throwing hooks out onto this Tide to kind of chip away at him. But he's got Ring of Health on notice now, so that 1v1 should last indefinitely.
And Sage is going to, securing the game here, getting some stacks set up in the triangle as you watch a jump here from Kiritich. Not going to enough damage to threaten Gilgear, yeah.
Let's get a few stacks up. Maybe draw them in enough that you get an Ember Spirit rotation. Squadix doesn't have the haste anymore, but he will be able to TP down there if need be. We're going to get another D-Ward. Sayush is coming into mid. Sees a sentry, has the courier on high ground. So that's 2 wards around that mid lane top rune spot that have been taken out. One move not going to be able to use any vision to make the plays into mid lane. That gives a lot of freedom not only to Squadix mid, but also like to top lane.
Yeah, and Sayush hitting that creep there, grabs himself a Tumbler's toy, so GG.
I saw Kiritich's HP to drop very quickly on the top bar, but he's just dark pacting and creep camps against Centaurs.
Oh, he got caught. Sayush.
Yeah, dismembered. Starstorm leap. He does have another leap charge. Tombstone's down, kills the zombie. Into the tree line we go. Noticed he's close to 6, but not quite there. And Sayush has skirted the edge of the fight for long enough. Looks like he's okay. And the hook off the mark because the zombies are in the way.
And he's waiting here.
They go
oh,
back
does
in.
he hit this? Does he hit this arrow?
I was thinking about it. Pantomime's coming like,
Banner
wait,
was wondering.
Where is he? Come on. Get out of there.
Then they scan. Okay. Oh, the scan already happened. I see. Okay. All right, very nicely done. I'm back in time to set and prep for another stack. It's a long wait, but Sayush is committed here to growing the farm of the Tidehunter. As how is this Slark growing? Top of the board in terms of last hits, but that's also because of the spiders. So 3rd overall net worth. Oh, wait,
And
maybe it wasn't spiders? I mean, he just hit 6. Probably wasn't spiders.
Yeah, he was killing some neutral camps as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Afterlife has just hit 6, so spiders
Yeah,
haven't been
yeah.
there until now.
I just see, number 1 net worth. I see Brood. I make bad assumptions. That's what
Last
I
hits
do.
must be spiders.
Yeah, only explanation.
Death tax.
It made sense, it just wasn't true. Ooh, Sayush. Immediately dewarded by Gilgir. Now he's going to know there's high ground vision there for them as well. Yeah, I'm looking at this Ember Spirit and thinking, why hasn't he moved? But I guess when you've got a completely free lane and you're free farming and you feel like you're the hero that undoes the enemy draft with your mobility, why not?
Yeah. I like it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Nice.
Ooh, he missed it.
Attempted. And now the cookie. I can't do too much more to Squadix here. He's very comfortable. Gets another slide to fist out. It's the same topic that we were discussing in the previous game, right? Why go for a kill in another lane when you can secure 3 creep waves in mid?
The real gold. 10-minute runes coming up here for an Ember draft. Very important. Aincrad, if he manages to get a haste or something, that'll also be amazing. But
There it is. Haste
Oh my
spawns
goodness.
top.
not for him, though.
Oh, he's going to get... yeah, Squadix gets it. Yeah, Aincrad, sadly, no runes for the Tiny. Being controlled all game by these VP supports. And a pretty quiet one. Very slow and steady. 1 kill in 10 minutes in Eastern Europe. Unheard of.
Yeah, FNG the only one feeding it would seem for now.
Speedy rune of haste.
Just what FNG's short for, I guess.
Feeding new guy. Amsterdam has the tombstone. And gives away the money. So this now being a wave cut from VP to push that top tower, looking to kick Mankushi out of lane. But the Pudge is staying here. He's pinging top tower. They've got Blink on Tiny.
FNG is pinging Afterlife as well. Drops the ulti on him and gets him in the field.
And Squadix is here. Flame Guard, Slight Chains, Afterlife. Down to 400 HP. Double Wraith Bands. He's pretty tanky on this Broodmother. But with the final Remnant jumping over the top, they will get the kill. Meanwhile, looks like Pudge top has defended his tower for long enough. Notice, didn't want to stick around there any longer.
That was pretty close, though. Almost managed to escape. That would have been pretty bad news there for Virtus.pro, but they clutched it up in the end. They also get the deny on the tower here, and they're probably going to find Gilgir.
Look at Gilgir. Gilgir's waiting for FNG. He's not going to get the kill, though, is he? Sayush and Squadix both arrive. Help out that captain. That was really well done. They scanned. They knew it was coming. I don't know if they saw him come into that bottom jungle, but very well planned by VP.
Draws the line, saying they're immediately going to run mid. He's kind of right. It's another DD. Another rune for Squadix here. Just getting them all. And notice finally cashing in on the investments put over here from Sayush. As he's going to anchor smash up all these creeps. Has a point saved for the Ravage if he needs it. And is just closing in on Pipe. About 1,100 gold away.
That Pipe is really important, though, against Tide Pudge. Pre-ags on the Pudge, during Tiny's blink timing.
Yeah.
Because we've had this blink on Tiny for a good 2 minutes now, I want to say, and he's not really made any plays with it. So you've invested into an item that so far has maybe increased your farm speed, maybe given you a chance to disengage, but would ideally like to get involved right now. The sad thing is, without the kisses, they don't have that additional bit of burst damage that they probably require. And with Pudge just farming stacks, he's going to get scouted. They miss the chains because there's so many creeps, but a glimpse back into the static storm, making short work of the Pudge, and they steal his stacks now. Potentially looking for more. Pantomime has dropped the tombstone down, and the Tiny jumping in, but missing. Doesn't connect with anybody.
Is under attack.
The respect given from Virtus.pro to just ditch and not try and commit for farming up that tombstone. It's like, Pudge is dead. Brood's not coming. I would have been very tempted to just kill that tombstone. It's quite a bit of gold. But they respect the blink dagger there. They don't want Encrad to get a free pick, so they just head for the tower instead. And Slark is holding mid. Can they blink kill him with kisses in 3, 2, 1? Misses the toss back. Tosses him vertically. Oh! Kisses? No? Nothing.
Nope. Nope. Now Brood arrives. It's like, oh, it's a party mid. Yeah, let's go. Tier 1 tower. Let's start on this objective, I guess.
Oh wait, the kiss or the invis though. Do they know?
Well, he shows himself on Tide. Slark looking for the tiny.
Invis room.
Well, that's big. Meanwhile, Sayush is invis top, looking at this pudge. The glimpse is there. They've got the vision on him. They don't get the chains, but he will remnant forward. Catch out Mankushi. Twice in quick succession. Pudge dead.
They see the invis tiny. They saw him walking around mid as he was close to Notice with it. Notice is trying to play around the sentry now, hoping to set something up. He knows what you're doing.
Top tower is under attack.
Outplaying one move after this laning stage breakdown. It's gone from 0-1 at 10 minutes to 4-1 and a 2k lead now for them. And an avalanche toss on the Tide, leading into the kisses, but a 3-man Ravage and the Ember's coming. Arrow misses, but Static Storm's a good one. FNG lines it up on the Tiny and the Snapfire. Broodmother aiming for the backlines, but this Ember Spirit, out of control, dominating streak for him. They've killed FNG, but the cost looks pretty hefty. Tide dragged back in towards the Pudge, dismembering Ember Spirit. Oh, it's huge for one move. They've swung it back. Curative trying to clean up. Might be able to get the Pudge here with a Shadow Dance and gets the takedown on him. In comes Sayush, leap forward, Starstorm, double leap back. Brood still sticking around here with the Tiny, looking for stragglers. But both teams, it felt like they got what they wanted in this team fight.
Yeah, I think the Ember going down is what really tilts in the favor of one move, and Tiny barely surviving as well. Like, Virtus.pro did that on purpose. They knew there was an invis Tiny. They knew they were going to try and target the Tide, so they were all rushing, trying to rotate to force that fight to happen so that when Tiny initiated on the Tide, you'd see the Ravage play. And it was there. It was a great follow-up storm there from FNG too, but it's just when there's like 5 heroes there from one move, like the Brood also making the full rotation. It's just not quite enough to like sufficiently win that over, even though you were gifted what was essentially a blink Ravage because of the toss in from Minecraft.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Broodmother, where's she glimpsed to? Into the Slark, that's who. Pounced up, and Flame Guard will do the last bit of damage to kill her off. And the waiting game around these ultis. Both teams got some pretty hefty cooldown timers.
Yeah, but the quick picks from Squadix and Sayush are always available though.
Radiant are
Ron
scanning.
Ember. Although there's 3 heroes around them right now.
Dire's middle tower is under
mean,
Time to evacuate the area.
Yeah, this Tiny needs to start picking things up real fast.
shadows take us.
Like, the Pudge can recover, he'll have his Ag soon, he can keep on farming, that's fine. But the Tiny, he has to play actively. Doesn't get the kill on Sayush. Might put himself in danger here, but a good cookie. Away from the arrow combo.
Is under attack.
Squadix. Is he just going to keep chasing this? A toss back will send him away. And a defensive tombstone as well from Pantherman.
Noticed?
Yeah, what's orange? Who's orange? Look at the map. There's an orange dot coming in the jungle.
They're all teaming down bottom to try and protect Mankushi, who's gone on with the Static Storm.
Alright, just being bounced from one side of the map to the other. Quick smoke now from Tiny and Snapfire. So we've got the Tiny combo with the kisses. If they see someone who's not the Tide, they can kill them. And Sayush sat at half HP. Going to be the target of choice. Under dire vision. And I didn't even need the kisses for it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What is Squadix going for this game anyway? Maelstrom, just BKB. Alright, just chilling.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the physical damage from one move doesn't come until much, much later. Everything's magical until Tiny has some items. So I guess just BKBs win you team fights.
What is this strange item upon the Tide Hunter?
What is it? Oh, what is that?
That's a Medallion of Courage.
Dire's bottom tower
Has a Solar Crest queued up.
Medallion of Courage.
It's been a while since this item was really cool, but It does help a lot because typically Ember and Slark lineups are terrible at taking buildings. They're also pretty bad at taking Roche a lot of the time, so the medallion doesn't hurt for that. There's a lot of right-click damage from Slark and Ember between the Sleight of Fist, so focusing down between Gush and the medallion is really cool. And the Solar Crest is nice on Slark, but oh my goodness, Squadix.
Is he in trouble? No, he's not.
No, it wasn't even close.
No. Now you gotta take down a Tiny. Tombstone and some free money. And Kiritich looking for the additional +1 to get himself to 3 stacks of Essence Shift. Permanent agility. Oh boy. So that was the Tiny combo with Kisses trying to kill off the Ember, and he just says, nah.
I'm pretty broken at this point, if I'm one move, I'm not gonna lie. He's getting so close so many times on these Tiny kills. This is such classic Tiny mid, where like, you know that you just have this big blow up, but it's like what happens in pubs when someone sees a Tiny mid in a pro game and they try and play it, where they don't take into account like the exact amount of damage, or they're like, oh, there was a raindrop this time, and like, oh, there's not enough follow up here, so we don't get the kill, and then you just YOLO, you die, and it just gets worse and worse and worse every time you die.
You watch Dark Mago once, and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then you buy treads instead of phase boots on mid Tiny.
It hurts.
I really think that is like the big difference, and as to why Dark Mago makes Tiny mid look so good. He doesn't go for the brown boots, blink rush. He doesn't go for the treads into blink echo saber. He goes phase boots into run at you and kill you, into blink. He makes all that early action happen. Arrow lands mid cookie. Tiny stunned up a fair amount, and Kiritich just going straight for the zombie. Undying in trouble. Big ravage from Noticed. Clips onto 3, and then we've got the mech to heal up Ironcrad, but he's dead. Tiny crumbles, and Munkushi, the punch just walks into the middle of them and dies as well. Maybe on tilt, as Gilgear sliced down by the Ember Spirit. And VP are cruising at this point. So Pudge, yeah, he's got Ags, you're right. So he felt strong, and then realized that he really wasn't.
Looked at those levels and he's like, where's my talent? Oh, level 15. That is good.
At first I thought it was an illusion or something. Like the fight's over, Tiny's dead, and then Pudge just like saunters in. Oh dear.
Yeah, that was not great. And the odds, well, that says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think those odds are correct. I think that 7 could also be a bit higher. Maybe double it? I really don't know. It's going to take some wild toss back into Fountain Hook into God knows what. Maybe you can, argue this Broodmother's going to make enough space down bottom, keep cutting waves, try and make things more awkward for VP to play into. But Slark, he's got Aegis for 4.5 minutes. Pudge has no BKB. Tiny has no BKB. While the Radiant have BKB Ember and a big old Slark. A glimpse back on Gilgear. And a free kill on Snap. Do they get the +1? Do they get a glimpse of vision onto Munkushi? Notice just keeps on chasing, waddling forward. 2 big, fat, slow heroes meeting in the jungle. They'll dismember the Ember Spirit, but his life is forfeit. The rest of the team has ditched the Pudge, and he will die a slow death. Quick smoke now from VP as well. Look at the line they've drawn. FNG says, right, we've killed 2 heroes. Let's go pressure the map. Let's go find a third hero. Yes! 3 comes after 2. Tiny thought he could kill off an ancient camp.
Oh, man.
But in they come. Kiritich, 10 Agi stacked up. And one move, you said they're a bit broken 5 or 6 minutes ago. What are they now? Dust.
Smashed into little pieces. Even Afterlife, not safe. All of his spider army taken out in a single slight.
Oh,
what was that TP? Was he going top?
I don't know, but it was long. Oh, are they going to find him? Pantomime dead to Kiritich, just a solo kill from the Slark. And how quickly this game just falls apart.
He went for the spiders instead. Didn't even try. I thought he was trying to go over the brood to get vision for the glimpse, but...
Dire's top tower is
Oh,
under
the
attack.
Moonlight Shadow.
Still hunting for him.
Double damage.
Where are you?
Tide was showing mid, so Afterlife's just gonna retreat here.
Blink Ravage time. One move, where are you going? 3 heroes smoked. Kiritich is going to scout them, and that's a DD Slark. Okay, straight onto the Pudge. Aegis might be claimed straight off the bat, but he gets the Shadow Dance off the hook. Not enough damage. Munkushi cookied away. So they hold the Aegis. DD is going to expire in about 10 seconds. So ideally, Slark wants to continue fighting right here. Right now. Where's Noticed with the Blink Ravage? If they see somebody, they're probably just going to jump them. They're pinging in the trees. Let's go. Zambies. Tombstone's about to expire. Slark pounces high ground. Says hello to a couple of spiderlings. Now looking for
Afterlife
Ironclad
got
as
hit by the
well.
Ogre Bruiser.
Avalanche toss. Connects on 2 of them, but the Tiny's glimpsed into the Ember. Good hook back to save, but an even better Ravage. Pudge would dodge it, but I don't think it matters. Kiritich and Squadex have taken down Ironclad's Tiny. Looking for the Pudge now as well. Easy pickings. As VP hold the shotgun over the barrel of one move and kill off so many heroes. It's just not fair anymore.
The
That's
worst
gonna be
part is,
so demoralizing. Like, one move have looked good this series, but game 3 is just, it's just not their game, is it?
no. That being said,
Yes.
you know, they do unfortunately have really good high ground and some annoying split pushing. So I feel like they feel like they have to stay. You know, like, oh, we have toss back. Oh, we have punch hook. Like, guys, we have to try. Or, you know, depending on the lineup, they might just be able to call it here and be happy with it. But because there's a chance, they kind of got to grind it out.
A gift from the Tempest
Yeah.
of Battle.
I'm just wondering who they focus that on. Like, do you try and kill the Slark with it? Or the Ember Spirit would be big. They do have the little tendrils of the deep, but Squadex is dead. Tidehunter now trying to attempt the TP away. And he cancels. That's a long TP. He's got the toss. Ironclad finds the cancel unnoticed. Way back into things for one move. 3 kills out of nowhere.
Yeah, they just popped Sage as well. And then, of course, you know, Tide, not as scary when he's just by himself there and stuck next to a Pudge.
Yeah.
I love how the obs instantly pans to Slark. Hello? Where? And what's your excuse there? 9-second BKB Mage Slayer Slark?
Kiritich? That was weird.
He is a whole other level this game. I mean, they're up 10k, and he's going to be into the Basher soon. You know, the Mage Slayer versus the Pudge, pretty cool.
Well, this gives you that little, you know, little bit of wind in the sails of one move. You mentioned the split pushing. Broodmother's bottom. Making a nuisance of herself.
Almost counts.
That was
Uncrad.
their we can't GG moment because they hooked Ember and
Yeah.
he just died. You know, we have to play this game out, even if it was 2%. Ladies and gentlemen, would you like 400% return on your investment? Because if you invested at 2%, it's now 8% chance for
That's
one
huge.
move to win. Yeah.
We're still waiting for BKBs on one move as well, so they've got something to aim for in terms of itemization.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Noticed. Trying the tendrils of the deep, but doesn't catch the Tiny, relying instead on the glimpse in the kinetic field. Well, Kiritich stuck up on the high ground for now, and kisses are coming the way of Noticed in mid. Tidehunter about to die, still holding Ravage. They've got the Greaves healing back up. Sayers providing that bit of cover for the Tide, and a glimpse back on the Undying, allowing Kiritich to close the gap, but one move, they've got themselves away from a really difficult fight.
All right. I think Gilgir might be a genius. He intentionally missed one of the kisses on a stationary target. He clicked off so he wouldn't pop the Kraken when it was still next to all his allies. He
Oh,
waited
really?
until they had backed up more and retargeted back on the Tide. I'm pretty sure, because there's no reason he would have missed one of those kisses other than it being, because I thought Kraken was going to pop, and I was like, oh god, they're screwed.
Was it the
Ravage
one?
was back, and then he missed a kiss.
Because he shot one up to the Slark. Was that the one he shot to Slark, or was that after?
I think it was after.
Okay.
But it looked like he hit Tide, missed Tide, and then hit Tide twice.
That's
maybe
pretty
I'm
cool
crazy.
then.
Anyway.
Don't pop
they're
Kraken,
getting there.
cancel the blink again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're holding. And again, we're still waiting for BKBs to arrive. Wait, has Tiny changed his mind? Did he finish BKB or is he just switching to Ags right now?
Rune of haste.
He switched to Ags. He's not got BKB bits anywhere, has he?
All right, I like it. It's a
Scythe
bit
on Brood.
YOLO, but
3 huge items. BKB Pudge, Scythe on Brood, Aghanim's Tiny coming soon. The hook back onto Kiritich, but Slark able to pounce back onto the Tiny. Tombstone's placed in a decent position, but you've lost your Tiny and he's dead for 45 seconds. VP have 5 heroes here, ready to crush your tier 2 mid. And the potential for Roche to respawn in 10 seconds is there. It's another one of those games where it feels like one team have to all in on one target just to kill them, and then they've got to deal with the double backup carries of the enemies. Like, yeah, focus the Ember Spirit. You've got to deal with Slark and even this Mirana now. Greaves and Force Staff. Keeping everyone alive. Long Roche spawn, though. Probably feels good for one move. Just delay things. Drag it out.
smoke up likely incoming here, as that's kind of your only move is one move, so. This Tide has Blink, and he will use it. All right, getting out of there.
I don't want to get bogged down in a fight. When Roshan...
They saw the cookie come out and hit that creep wave. With their own wards, they were pretty confident that he should have been envisioned. So they popped the Moonlight Shadow to protect against a smoke here.
Oh, and they saw the Pudge. FNG glimpsing him. Notice straight on top of Mankushi. Has to BKB as the Pudge now. It's a toss on the slot, sends him to high ground. Kiritich stuck. Does have BKB pounce to catch out Gilgear. Cookie away, gives distance for the Snapfire. Squadix still catching up though with a slight kill. Down goes Snap, and Mankushi with no BKB now has no protection against the glimpse and the slot's damage. Undying in trouble to the Squadix Ember on the left side, while on the right side the Broodmother has been connected upon. As Kiritich noticed and Sayers they can't break through the trees and the spiderlings. Won't finish off Afterlife until we move back in with another gush. And where is Slog? Where are you, buddy? An arrow?
Didn't notice.
Ooh, nearly. Slark didn't want to kill the Brood, showing some mercy.
Allies were quite close enough for him to just let it rip there, the Ravage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So what are we? 1,000 gold for Ag's Tiny.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And even then, he's still got to buy a Daedalus or something.
Yeah, that is definitely the main issue. Still not at dummy damage quite yet.
I'm still really surprised that these tier 2s are still up, though. Hey, 17k lead, VP have won every fight for the past, like, 15 minutes. But they can't kill objectives.
I can tell you what. I mean, look at their heroes.
Ember Slark, huh?
This is the tricore of not hitting buildings. Even Tide lost his ability to do it, right? You know?
Oh, the Shard.
Yeah.
Didn't you say at the end of the draft that you wanted some kind of tower hitter for VP, then they picked a Tide?
I did, but once I saw Pudge, I wanted Tide. Because I think the Pudge... I think the inability to deal with Kraken is a little bit too good, and I think it pairs well with Miranda, so it's all right. It was worth it to me. Plus, I thought he'd buy Meteor Hammer, is also partially why I suggested Tide. But I like the idea of doing this pipe in combination with the Miranda Greaves. It's been really strong.
Now, roaming fountains. Oh, they've caught Undying and the Snap. Squadix with his BKB up is untouchable. More bonus agi for Kiritich as well. As the Ember Spirit focuses the Pudge down inside that static storm, the Aghanim's Disruptor has arrived. FNG showing it off yet again. Why? It's so strong, while Tiny can't be covered by the kisses of Gilgear. And they glimpse one. Who is that? The Broodmother? Yeah, dragged back into the grasps of Kiritich. And that's got to be lights out for one move. Another team fight going the way of VP. A triple for Squadix. And Roshan's alive. Tier 2's are ready, and there's the GG. We thought it might come 10 minutes ago, but they held out until the bitter end.
Well, notice the pop a celebratory Ravage here as they fight back. Who is that hitting their head on their knee?
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't blame you. I think that's Inkred. Oh, wait, no, that's not. Inkred's on the right in the middle. I'm not sure who that is, but he's upset. And I don't blame him because Dota is a very hard game. And this series felt like overall, One Move kind of felt like the stronger team. And they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been the storyline through the Tour 2 and even bits of Tour 1. Like, they are strong enough to take games off of BetBoom and Hellraisers and Team Spirit. They're strong enough to, almost win a series against VP, but it's just those closing moments, that game 3 where they run out of steam, they run out of ideas in the draft, they get maybe outmaneuvered by more experienced players or captains like FNG. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely a very talented squad, One Move, but they need a bit more driving force, it feels like, to finish things off.
Not there. Sorry, One Move fans. I feel bad, but hey, Virtus.pro fans, they're eating. We're back. Woo! Back to glory. Only their 3rd series, right? So obviously, still options are very much on the table for Virtus.pro. I know we haven't kept them in the conversation, but teams have done crazier things in other regions, and the fact that they must be the team who's played the least, I feel like, at this point.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because like having 4 series still remaining is kind of crazy. Team Spirit, BetBoom, they have 3, but Virtus.pro have really been unable to schedule their games or something here because they had a series on March 14th, and then 2 days ago they played, and now they just are on the grind. So you're going to see a lot of Virtus.pro coming up. They play on every scheduled day that's left except for tomorrow. Tomorrow's their day off.
Yeah, and they've got some big games to come, right? BetBoom, Spirit, and then up against Hydra and Na'Vi. Definitely going to be testing their mettle there, as it looks like Hydra and Na'Vi doing pretty well for themselves. But I think One Move now at 1 and 4 puts them in that zone where it's best case scenario going to be like tiebreakers for relegation or staying in. I think it was 5 series losses that's like guaranteed. You're done. Looking pretty rough for them right now. While Virtus.pro, on the rise, looking to try and get themselves up towards that middle of the table. Maybe same story again. Maybe steal a spot off of someone like BetBoom.
It could happen. It all depends on how things are feeling right now. They have less losses than BetBoom, so there you go. That's you can still say that currently, thanks to the win here.
That's the way you look at things. But yeah, that rounds things up for today. And like Trent was saying, plenty more days of action to come, as you can tune in again tomorrow with Robin Roll and Harry Freak. But for now, thanks for watching, and until next time, goodbye.